y'all, what's up? You are tuned in to another episode of Room Reveal TV. Get on in here and sit down. Act like you got a little sense. Whether this is your first time joining us or you are a returning subscriber, go ahead and hit that like button on your way in. And also don't forget to drop down in the comments and give me your thoughts, share the video, and subscribe so that every time I upload, you can be notified and you can meet me right back here. Now, let's get into some shit. So last night, Miss Erica Mena starts some shit on social media. Now, everybody has their, particulars about Erica. I actually like Erica Mena. I mean, of course, she's a hothead and, she has her issues, but I like her. She's funny. Of course, she's beautiful. But I like her. And in her situation with Safaree, of course, nobody knows exactly what happened in the relationship, but I feel like Safaree's a fuckboy. So let's get into it. Well, Erica Mena starts the night and she posts this. And I'm going to give credit to the Neighborhood Talk because I got all this information from the Neighborhood Talk. So I'm definitely want to give them their props and their credit on this because all of this shit has been since deleted. So let's get into it. You got to be real stupid to let your BS get back to me. I will air you out and bury you. This is what Erica Mena is saying in her story. And she says, talking crazy about your baby mother to your prostitute, but you don't even know your kids' sizes is a weird flex. Be safe though. And honestly, it's nothing wrong with her saying that. Like, she's entitled to feel how she wants to feel. And she's definitely entitled to, air her ain't shit husband out. I ain't gonna say baby daddy because I don't know his relationship with his kids. I don't know how that works, but I do know that he ain't the best husband to her. That's what I know from the outside looking in. Anyway, back to my business. The Neighborhood Talk is kind of being petty. Which one y'all think she's talking about? Because Erica has an older son with a non-famous person, and then of course Safaree. Strict. So anyway, Erica comments under that post and says, now y'all know exactly who has to pay for Cat. It's not the first time someone spoke on this either. Mena. Come on, Mena. This is allegedly Safaree's girlfriend. We don't know for sure, but this is his girlfriend. She says, it's so funny how I never mention your stupid, uneducated blank in a good or bad way because we are both grown and on two different levels mentally. But money couldn't buy you a new, could it? Keep my name out your mouth for someone who's consistently calling other women prostitutes. Meanwhile, you have slept with the whole industry for free and dogged out and recently selling your own to a whole soccer player in New York City. And you want to discuss about prostitution? You're so silly. You stupid. This will be the last time that I would ever give you attention. You're worthless and pointless, and clearly it's obvious because your marriage didn't last a second. Jealousy is a serious disease. Kisses, get well soon, hun. And then she added Erica and says, next time at me. Ooh. Of course, Erica ain't no punk. She comes back and she says, let me mention you now. And she asks her, since this is what you've clearly been waiting for, you are not the only blank Safaree puts before his kids. Sorry to break it to you. So desperate for attention, you right away assumed it was you I was referring to. Poor thing, you are a child and you have absolutely nothing to show for yourself, which is why I allow Safaree to use my people to help you get your credit together. Now thank me. I actually feel sorry for you because I know you are getting beyond dragged by a straight up narcissist. The proof is in the long blank chapter book you write about me with all the lies this deadbeat says. Isn't he worse than a girl? LOL, be honest with yourself. And since you want to bring up the subject of prostitution, you might want to refrain from this topic because that's what you've always been known for. You've been selling your body since 16, just so you can get your body to look like it looks now. Disgusting, by the way. Well, at least that's what Safaree says. And then she captioned this and says, today the bottom of the barrel wants some attention. And y'all know Miss Erica Mena is not one to be outdone. So she comes back and said, I am so uneducated on you, but here you are thinking you're so educated on me. How is it that you know so much about my whereabouts, Kimbala? Stalking me must get exhausting, especially since I actually work and don't have to beg to get my bills paid for. Yes, Safaree says that about you too. Here's some grown woman advice. If he's talking about his baby mama, can you imagine what he says to her about you? Shaking my head, worried about my cat. Don't forget how many times you've tasted it. Ooh, yikes. You was the desperate one that was sending shots to a weak married man. And since you bring up the topic, the only reason why my marriage didn't last is because I refused to stay with a man who has a bad sex addiction. Enjoy his sick in the head shit. You're full of, and that's how he likes it, apparently. If you want to talk about what money can't buy, for you, it's your own identity. You will always be known as the Walmart botched body, Erica Mena. Best wishes to you, because Safaree is going to have a field day with up your head. You are already extremely insecure. You're already extremely insecure, so you might want to start getting therapy now. Ooh, Erica is funny because they do look alike. When I was looking at the pictures, I was like, she's kind of right because they do look a little bit alike. Okay, I'm gonna stop clowning. I think that in this situation, Safaree, you're a fuck boy. And my opinion is my opinion, and that's just that. Your opinion is yours, my opinion is mine. Their opinions are like assholes. We all have one, but you could definitely voice yours in the comments. Let's go. So I think Safaree's a fuck boy. Y'all remember that show on VH1 where the Love and Hip Hop cast of all the different shows where they were like in a house? It was like a cabin or something, and they were like doing challenges. Like they had to dig like their partners up out the dirt or some shit. Him and Erica were on that show together, and that's where he kind of like courted her, like making all these promises, like, you know, doing typical fuckboy shit, love bombing her. You know, she was just fresh off a breakup with Rich and Sin, and it was just a lot of, you know, she was going through a lot of shit. And here he go, pretending to be her hood knight in shining armor, her Jamaican knight in shining armor, strict. And now you a whole fuckboy out here. Like, y'all got 2 kids together. What the fuck? And I'm not gonna completely blame Safaree because 1, we're on the outside looking in. We don't know exactly what happened within a relationship. And 2, it takes 2 people to, just like it takes 2 people to create a relationship, it takes 2 people to destroy a relationship too. And that is not placing the blame on either party. That's just being fucking honest. We all know it's 3 sides to every story: her side, his side, and the fucking truth. And that's just what it is. It is what it is. You know, we know Erica can be a hothead. That doesn't mean she deserves to be cheated on. And, you know, unless I'm wrong, they're still married. To me, until you are divorced, baby, you are married. If you don't have a legal separation, a legal document saying that you are separated, that means, for me, if you're married and you get legally separated, to me, that says you have the intention of moving forward with the divorce. If you just move out and you never get legally separated, baby, that don't mean that you trying to get divorced. That just mean that you know, you moved out. You could just move back and be back together. Like, to me, that's what it means. But you know, everybody does their own thing. It is what it is. And you know, I keep saying that Safaree is a fuckboy. I feel like he's a fuckboy because of what Mena has said, you know, over the course of this whole situation. But you know, I be minding my business. You see my hair growing because I be minding my business. And drinking water. Face clearing up because I be drinking water and minding my business. You see it. But seriously though, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're giving them all that you have and they're like, it's not enough, it may be enough, but it's just not the way that they need to be loved. It's not the way that they receive love. We all place value on different things. So you may value acts of service, but if your partner is only giving you physical touch, you're gonna have a disconnect. It doesn't matter how much love you give that person. If it's not what they need to feel loved, it won't matter. And I think a lot of what happens in our society these days is we see relationship goals and, you know, what we think or we feel relationships should be or should look like based on these celebrities who you're only getting a small glimpse into their life. What you see through video or through pictures, that's nothing. That shit don't, these pictures, they're beautiful. They're great. All this stuff that we see, that's amazing. That's not real. And I think we have these standards that just don't make any sense. It's not realistic. Relationships are hard fucking work. It's a constant compromise. And it's a compromise without keeping score. It's not, oh, well, I bent over this way yesterday, so now you have to do it. That ain't how it works. Sometimes you might be giving 100%, your partner might not be giving nothing. And you still got to stay and hold it down and have the same respect and attitude that you had when they was giving 50 and you was giving 50. Or they was giving 100, you was giving 100. It's the same thing. I don't agree. I have a lot of opinions about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. But the one thing that I respect about Will Smith is he told Jada, I can't make you happy. You got to make you happy. And I think we really got to get into that. We got to lean into that. Make yourself happy. Nobody can make you happy. I just had this long conversation with my kids about this. The only person you can control is you. You can't control your partner. You can't control your kids. You can only control you. So why not focus on that? Control you. Make yourself happy. You got to be a complete person. And that your spouse has to be a complete person too. And then y'all can come together and y'all can be one. But if you are half a person and this person half a person, that don't equal one. That don't equal two whole people. They equal one person. So now you got two halves. And y'all come together and make one when you're supposed to be two. So you still at a deficit. It's wild. It's wild out here. It is wild out here. I do not wish to be single in no way, shape, or form. Because y'all, the dating pool is shitty. It ain't even pissing in no more. It's shit. Y'all, it's a shitty mess. For sure. If you enjoyed this video, like this video. Drop down in the comments. We could tussle with words, of course, because y'all some keyboard thugs. Y'all be, if I want a thug, I'd be crying all motherfucking night. Because y'all some keyboard thugs, but it's all right. We can still tussle with words, of course. Share this video, because you ain't no selfish bitch, right? We don't like selfish bitches around here. We share, because sharing is caring. And also subscribe, so that every time I upload, you can be notified and you can meet me right back here. And before you know it, girl, we're going to be the best of friends. Until next time.